Okay, so I'm back. This is video number two of a two-part video series about these fake wrapped rolls. If you haven't had a chance, excuse me, to get a chance to see the first video about these, you definitely need to go back and watch the first video before you watch this second video. So I'll give you a second to push stop and go back and find my first video to watch. If not, we're going to press ahead and I'm going to open one, if not both of these rolls to give you an idea as to what I mean by fake from that standpoint. So I've already gone through and explained why these are fake in the first video, so I'm not going to cross too much of that again. We're going to get right into opening these up, and I've decided I think the best roll to open for the first thing is going to be the Denver one, only because 1939 D Denver rolls of coins are very known for being mostly red brown. It's very hard to find bright, shiny red coins like the ones you see on the end here or the one on the end here. So my guess is these two coins are probably planted, and my best guess would be the coins inside here are probably not anywhere close to that shiny. Now, I could be wrong, and if I am, well, we're going to find out. But let's go ahead and open them. The first thing I want to make sure that I point out here is the fact that with a normal coin wrapping machine, wraps and crimps the ends of the rolls. And the roll itself is actually a loose roll, meaning that you can actually pry up the little lip, if you will, so to speak, and uncrimp the ends, and the whole roll unwraps into one large long paper. And that's because the rolls, the wrappers themselves, come on giant, huge, round rolls, and they're put on a machine and fed that way. And as the roll is made, it's turned into a roll, and the only thing really holding the roll together is the crimped end here and the crimped end here. Once you loosen those ends, it comes off. So what I want to point out here is the reason why I know that these wrappers are put into the rolls as a tube first, and then the ends of the rolls are actually crimped, is that this seal right here is actually sealed. I cannot pick at it, and it does not let loose. It's actually glued down. And so you find that particular type of thing with wrappers like this particular one, for example, which is probably a wrapper that's seen better days, but it's a wrapper from about the 1950s. And this one has a seam that's a straight seam like this, where the ends are basically open. Somebody could put coins in there and then hand crimp, or if you want to call it, fold over the ends. So it's a pre-made wrapper, and these wrappers characteristically came flat. You can actually see the fold right here on this side going down the wrapper. So this wrapper was indeed at one time flat, but it has a sealed seam to it. These wrappers are very much like the wrappers that you can buy today that, if I grab them, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is more along the lines of what people are used to seeing today, which is a wrapper that you can buy at Walmart, you can buy it at Hobby Lobby, you can buy it all sorts of different places, and you put coins in it. It's got a crimp on one end and open on the other. You put coins in it, you can fold it over or use a hand crimping tool to actually crimp the roll from that standpoint. But these also have a little bit of a seal to them. Not this particular one, but some of them that I've seen actually have an actual seal to them like this. So this tube, or this wrapper, was actually a tube at one time. It was not on a wrapping machine. So these were not wrapped. I'm going to try as hard as I can to pry this open and pull this back. And you can actually feel and hear the sticky that's on the side of it like that. which tells me that these were a tubed roll, not a wrapped roll on a wrapping machine. So let's go ahead and keep pulling this open here, see what we can get to for the coins. So now there's the other thing. This wrapper is like never ending. There's like roll after roll after roll, and I'm finally getting to the coins themselves. So I'm going to bust this open here a little bit, take a look at the coins inside, and I can already see the coins inside. If you look real close, you'll notice that they're not even in color. They're not consistent. Some are shiny, some are dark, some have carbon spots on them. So that right there tells me that these coins in here are not real. So the coins in here look red. They're not overly red by any stretch of the imagination from that standpoint. These are all 1939D, and they are about as average as it gets. See if I can get some of these up on the screen for you to see. White marks, swipe marks, all sorts of things here and there. You've got carbon spots, you've got fingerprints, you've got, oh my gosh, all sorts of stuff. Not even remotely close to being a nice roll. Here's one with a fingerprint on it inside the roll, all sorts of carbon to it, as you can get a chance to see that. You can tell I'm not even being careful with these because these coins aren't, there's nothing there that's even remotely worth much more than maybe $5 or $10 at the most a coin on a good day. A lot of these have carbon spots on them. They're not even from, if you take a real close look, you'll notice there's hazed ones here next to shiny ones here, next to pink ones over here, next to coppery colored ones over here. And that tells me that this is a put together roll. If this were a true, actual, original bank wrapped roll from this era, the coins inside here would basically be all one color. They would be exactly the same color all the way throughout the whole roll from that standpoint. You get a chance to see kind of what I'm talking about there. But that's because they would have all been in that wrapper for the extended amount of time that they were. And they would have all been kept together. That is indeed not the case. So I fully intend on sending the guy that I purchased these from a link to this video so that he can get a chance to see just how fake his rolls actually are. And it's disappointing to see this because people actually still fall for this kind of stuff. But the 1939 Philadelphia roll that I have sitting here, I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to open just because obviously I now know what's inside of them. I was really actually kind of hoping that they would be halfway decent coins, but that's not the case. My only salvation here might be the fact that there might be some variety coins in here. There is a couple repunched mint marks and things like that in 1939 that do hold a little bit of value. But I'm betting that I'm not going to run across that either because my guess is someone has searched whatever coins they were looking for and then stuck the roll together. So anyway, that is the second portion of these two rolls that I wanted to cover, and I hope everybody has learned an incredible amount off of this. Again, if you do want to contact me and have questions about rolls for whatever the reason, by all means, please do me a favor, send me a message, leave a message or a comment on this video, and I will get it and respond to you. I'm happy to give you advice if I can about wrapped rolls. I do have an eBay page. I do sell rolls on my eBay page. I don't have a link to it in this particular thing, and I'm not really one to push my own stuff from that standpoint. It's nice if you happen to stumble across it, and if you want it, I'll be happy to give it to you, but I'm not going to put it in the comments here because that's not my goal. My goal is not to sell more rolls of coins. My goal is strictly to try and educate with these videos more than anything else. So do yourself a favor, learn from it, and learn from my $650 worth of coin rolls that I just purchased here to prove to you that it's not worth buying some of this stuff. So good luck, everybody, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.